In religious theology, divine creation is making something out of nothing. There are those who believe that the Godhead does not create physical matter, but only the conditions which allow highly advanced beings to do so. Is Earth a laboratory created by higher forms of energy for the lower to advance through many stages of development? If so, these higher beings are our source, but not the source. In Journey of Souls, I wrote about the possibility of a creator lacking full perfection and having the need to grow stronger by expressing its essence. However, it could have the need to do this even if it was perfect. The philosophy of a divine stair-stepping authority validates the belief of many people that Earth and our physical universe is far too chaotic to have been formed by ultimate perfection. In my view, this whole idea takes nothing away from a perfect source somewhere who set everything in motion for all souls eventually to become perfect. Our transformation from total ignorance to perfected knowledge involves a continual process of enlightenment by having faith that we can be better than we are. Processing council meetings. There comes that time during a hypnosis session when the subject tells me their council meeting is over, and they are ready to leave the chamber and return to their soul group. It is a moment of intense reflection, and together we will evaluate the information received. Above all else, appearing in front of our spiritual council involves matters of accountability for the life just lived, and I want to use the relevant portions of this evaluation in my client's current life. Within the texture of any soul evaluation by one's counsel, there runs the thread of divine forgiveness. The elders provide a forum of both inquiry and compassion, and display their desire to bolster the confidence of the soul for their future endeavors. One departing soul had this to say: "When the elders are finished with me, I feel they told me much more about what I did right than where I went wrong. The council knows I have had critical meetings with my guide about my performance. They don't patronize me, but I think part of their job is to raise my expectations. The council says they foresee great things from me." The last thing the elders said was to stop looking to others for self-validation. When I leave them, I feel they have absorbed all my self-doubt and cleansed me. People ask me if souls feel remorse, both during and after the council meeting, if they were involved in acts of cruel wrongdoing. Of course they do. But often I must remind those who ask this question that accountability for wrongdoing frequently comes with the selection of the next body for the payment of karmic debts. Souls are directly involved with this selection process through their counsel, because this is what they want for themselves. Although karma is associated with justice, its essence is not punitive, but one of bringing balance to the sum of our deeds in all past lives. There is another follow-up question I am asked about regarding the conclusion of these council meetings. Is it all sweetness and light for those souls who have not been involved with cruel acts? Or do some souls come away unhappy with the general temper of the meeting? I answer these queries by explaining that I have had a few clients who left the council chamber a little unsettled. These are souls who feel they could have presented themselves a little better to a particular elder. There are other uncommon cases, especially with young rebellious souls, where I have had the impression they are fighting what they call an act of contrition by standing in front of the elders. The following quote is an example. "I get a little upset with the all-knowing ones. They lull you into complacency because they want you to spill your guts out to them. Sure, I made a lot of mistakes, but it's their fault in sending me to Earth in a body that got me into trouble. When I complain about Earth, they don't level with me completely. They are stingy with information. I tell them that life makes you take risks, and my director talks to me about moderation. I said to him, that's all very well for you to say sitting here safe and comfortable while I'm fighting to survive down in a war zone." These immature souls do not realize that to be on a council, an elder has survived many war zones. By contrast, the next quote comes from an old, advanced soul, nearing the completion of her incarnations on earth. As my session with the council comes to an end, the elders stand and close around me in a circle. Once in position, they raise their arms, outstretched like a giant bird, enfolding me with wings of unification. This is their accolade for a job well done. I don't believe I have ever had a client come away from visualizing themselves attending a council meeting without some sense of awe, penitence, and the need for atonement. They carry these sentiments back to their soul groups. For this reason, I was unprepared to learn about the law of silence. I will cite a case excerpt involving privacy of the mind, which extends not only to soul groups, but also to my own questioning of clients about council meetings. There are aspects of council meetings that are out of the scope of current reality for my subjects. For a variety of personal and spiritual reasons, people are unable to recall all the details of these meetings. Some parts of this blockage can be deliberate on the part of the client. In case 45, the subject evidently knows what he wishes not to tell me,